Hi, I'm Suzanne Castle, and this is the Thought Leader Thursday. I'm here today introducing you to another incredible leader, thinker, doer, and all-around amazing human who's going to help each of us think about our world a little bit differently than anyone else. From artists to teachers, from actors to moms, from the big names to the you didn't know about them till now names, my hope is that you will connect with a leader who helps you light up in your corner of this galaxy. This is the Thought Leader Thursday show. Hi, and welcome to the latest and greatest edition of the Thought Leader Thursday. I'm Suzanne Castle, where every single week I'm trying to bring you someone that's just looking at the world a little bit differently that you need to know, that's bringing magic and sparkle to the world. I'm so glad that you're here with us. Now, here's the thing. I really want us to focus on laughter. The world needs more laughter. We need more joy. We need more happiness. We need that to be infectious. So Garrett, you know I was coming to you.
Yep, I already preemptively switched to my camera because I heard my name.
Fabulous. Here's the deal. I want to know who you know in your world that has that infectious laughter, that just when you hear it across a room, they make you laugh, even though you haven't heard anything because of their laugh. Who is that person for you?
It's my roommate, actually. He has like a guttural belly laugh, and it's no matter what level of humor the joke was, it's going to be the same laugh. And like that makes me laugh every time just hearing his. It's almost like a monotone laugh, but it's not. I don't know how to describe it. It's just so unexpected.
I love that. For me, I have a teenage daughter, and it's the giggles of teenage girls upstairs that always make me laugh no matter what's happening. So I think that's really an important marker of our health, our mental health especially, is when we're able to laugh every day. And the reason that I want to talk about this is because I want to welcome the most amazing guest. She's a laughter coach. Get out. I want that job. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about our fabulous guest, Jewel High, who is known as the Queen of Laughter. She's a joy coach. She's into transformation. She speaks with great gusto and obviously a lot of joy. And her purpose is to evoke that feeling of joy by presenting these possibilities of freedom, and her determination to end what we call self-inflicted suffering. And that also led her on this path, this journey that she's on today, to create a company that is called I Decide Yes. And she pushes all of humanity to become the very best version of themselves, and they enjoy life on their own terms through coaching and laughter yoga. And don't worry, we're going to talk about that today. What I find fascinating is companies have really started to understand the magic that Jewel brings when she is in the room. Because when she's speaking, she helps them lighten up, improve their overall health, boost creativity. And we all know when you boost creativity, everything gets better from the ground up. So Jewel has this wonderful ability to see the bigger picture, to quickly discover the best path to success, and she is out there doing the work, equipping individuals worldwide to become their authentic selves, expand consciousness, and overflow with joy. Holy moly, Jewel, you are in the studio. I am so excited to see you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. My name is Jewel High, and I'm the Queen of Laughter.
I love it. This is exactly what you did. The first time that we met on a call. We were connected by a mutual friend. You had on those fabulous glasses that you have on right now. When you turned your camera on, I almost fell out of my chair. It had been a deep, dark, terrible day. And then there you were, this little ray of sunshine on my screen, making me smile and making me laugh. I love that so much. Thank you for the way that you show up in the world.
Oh, thank you. I get so much pleasure from it. I literally walk around Dallas, wherever I am, with these glasses just to put a smile on someone's face. And it's incredible. It really works, though.
Yes, and smile transforms everyone. It gets really hard when someone's smiling at you. I mean, there are people that have the grumpy pants on, right? And they don't smile back. But for the most part, people tend to just have a little lighter moment when they see someone smiling at them. So I think what might be important to talk about first is the difference between joy and happiness. So I'm wondering if you could kind of enlighten us on what those two concepts are.
Okay. So joy is immense satisfaction that is independent of a person or an event. It's actually an emotion that derives from the soul. And with happiness, that's more of a temporary emotion. It feels good, but it's usually attached to a person or an event or that thing, like finally purchasing that car you've been eyeing for 2 years,
Right.
or getting your certification. Yeah, it's so exciting. It feels so good. But shortly after,
Right.
that feeling just fades away. Why? Because you're already on to the next thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So joy, what I'm hearing you say, is really internal to the soul, and happiness are those moments,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fabulous. So when you're working with people, how then do you help them discover the difference between joy and happiness?
So with that, I allow them to unleash their inner child. And with that, it's actually a state of being. And for a lot of people, that is their way of finally breathing for the first time. Like it's actually familiar. It's just that it's something they forgot,
Right.
but it's so truthful to where that sticks with them.
Right.
And that's something that they'll never forget. So that in itself changes their state of being. And that is how they're able to differentiate between the two. And
I
keep it
think
going.
that's so important. You know, there's a lot of chatter about mental health, about what we do internally. I'm so glad that the narrative is shifting to let people know a little bit more about mental health and how that is affecting them and how it affects companies and the bottom line and what you're thinking about yourself and how you show up in the world. And I know that a lot of the work that you do is in that space, that mental health space. So why do you think that companies should be caring about their employees' mental health?
I will say within the past year, many people have experienced chronic stress. What does stress do? It blinds you. It takes away your creativity.
Right.
And as a company, it's so important to support your employees so that they can then unlock their superpowers and give you all they can to reach the goals.
Right.
And so it has been reported by the World Health Organization that 1 in every 4 people worldwide are suffering from mental illness. That is just the people who have been diagnosed.
Right.
So that's serious. It is everyone's responsibility. And so with that, you're actually able to create a compassionate environment that supports everyone's individuality. And it really just fosters the best bonding. And because one thing's for sure, as humans, we all deal with something, right?
Right.
But it's very difficult to separate that from the workplace.
Right.
9 times out of 10, you bring that to whatever's weighing you down to the workplace, and that affects everyone around you. And we just can't have that anymore,
Right.
unless you're okay with being a mediocre company.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. No one
No.
that you're working with, that I'm working with, wants to be mediocre.
Exactly.
Right. They don't come to the Sparkle Factor. They don't come to the laughter transformational queen of the planet if they want to be mediocre.
Yes.
That just is not what they do. So, okay. I have always been fascinated by the fact that you have laughter yoga. And I want to spend a lot of time talking about what this is because I know that we shared before, I used to be a professional ballerina and actress and all of that. And everyone always assumes that, ballerinas love Pilates and yoga. Well, this one doesn't because it's one, I think it's slow. I don't find it helpful. I'm not able to quiet my brain enough, I think. And so for me, yoga is frustrating because there's all these like chimes and gongs and bells, and it just seems so slow and endless. And I'm more of the Energizer Bunny. So when you talk about laughter yoga, now I'm totally interested. So would you tell us a little bit about what laughter yoga is, how you teach it, what you do for companies when you come in and they're like, we're going to have laughter yoga? I'd love to know what the response is in the room.
Oh, man. Okay, so listen. Laughter yoga is a low-intensity cardiovascular well-being workout. It's based on the fact that your body cannot differentiate between real or fake laughter if done with willingness, okay? So laughter yoga is a combination of laughter exercises, deep breathing, meditation, improv. It's super fun. Anyone can participate. And guess what?
What?
You are not required to do traditional yoga poses.
Yes.
That's not what it's about. It's so fun. It's so freeing. And I tell you, with that, it allows you to boost your immune system. Why? Because as you laugh, you actually gain a lot more oxygen to your brain cells, which helps you fight off an infection. It instantly boosts your mood, boosts your creativity. It lowers blood sugar. It lowers cholesterol. It has so many benefits. And you do it in a childlike manner, okay?
So great.
Delicious.
So So when people are working with you, let's say they're at a company retreat, they've called you in, and do they say a laughter yoga, or do they just say like a moment with a laughter coach, or like what happened? Because I'm totally fascinated by the fact, like, would anybody show up if I ever said, now we're going to do laughter yoga?
Yes, actually now, because it's gaining popularity here in the States. Now it's huge overseas.
Right.
Here in the States. Now, yes, they say laughter yoga and people show up and they're like, okay, this is different because everyone's tired of doing the same thing.
Right.
And I get up there and I just call out whatever exercise I want. Usually the warm-up exercises, one being ho, ho, ha, 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 with some clapping, and the other one being very good, yay! That gets people going and they're like, okay, I'm in for it, but hey, I'm already here, let's just go.
Right.
So yeah, it's really cool.
You know, it reminds me of when I was doing theater classes and we had our warm-up exercises, you know, and you do all the tongue twisters like aluminum, linoleum, and you all feel kind of weird until you realize everybody else in the circle is doing aluminum, linoleum right there with you. And then everybody laughs, and then you do belly laughs and you do the vocal diction. But I've never thought about that as being a way in which to train your body, probably to show up from a spinal place as well, because how you sit up and breathe and laugh, right? And I would think that it makes everybody's shoulders come back, and then like the whole tone of the room shifts. I would imagine you're able to probably feel that directly.
Most definitely. And I think another thing that helps is I help people take laughter seriously. So I give them all the benefits starting out. So then they're like, I had no idea. Okay, well, I'm going to treat my body today. I'm going to go all out. That helps because a lot of us don't know. Talked about much.
Right. You're exactly right. We were talking before we started filming today that I was at an event, and it was an event about fear. And it was wonderful event. But in the event, there was a lot of people that like to sit in their pain, right? Pain is comfortable. And so even if we have trauma, it feels familiar. It is harder to go, all right, I'm going to grasp joy, because like you said, somewhere along the way, we like shut that down as a child. Right? Like I got to tell you, one of my favorite things to do is blow bubbles. I call them joy breaks. And I tell my clients, like, what is it for you? Is it silly putty and you've got cartoons and you're mashing it down on there? Like, what is it? Just for 5 minutes, reset yourself. And I know you do a lot of those kind of exercises with companies and individuals when they hire you.
Yes, most definitely. And I say on my own time, I start my day with laughter meditation. All that is freestyle laughter, uninterrupted. And I do that for at least 15 minutes.
Wow.
The longest I've done it has been 40 minutes.
I can't. I mean, I guess if I'm watching something like 2 back-to-back Friends episodes, maybe I'm laughing incessantly, but wow, I never thought about that. I'm sure that internally, man, your muscles have got to be super, super strong.
Most definitely.
Right?
Yeah. And that's what it's all about. Laughing for no reason at all. I don't rely on humor.
Right.
You don't have to rely on humor. Take that.
Yeah, check that out. Like, that's the nugget right there.
Right.
Exactly. That's exactly right. So, okay, I always end each Thought Leader Thursday asking what probably is the most important aspect of the work that I do, which is, what is your definition of sparkle? Meaning that if you had to explain what sparkle is, what it means to sparkle out in the world, what would a laughter coach say?
I say, be the light where there is darkness.
Yeah.
And that is through leading with love, being kind, compassionate, and laughing, because laughter is contagious.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely contagious. Joel, this has been wonderful. I really am so glad that you stopped by. You drove from Dallas. I'm really appreciative. I love how you show up, and you yourself are a beacon of light and joy, and I love how you embody that in the world. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. I definitely want everyone catching this to connect with Jewel. So you'll see in the comments all the ways that you can follow her, find more information, book her, grab a laughter yoga session with this woman. She will transform your life towards joy. Thank you so much. Now, I want to be sure that you're checking out all the episodes, and I have something to announce today, and I'm really excited before I tell you about our next guest that's coming up. All of these episodes are now on my website, so you can just check it out at the Vlog site. If you've missed one, it's easy to access. Instead of roaming around the YouTube channel, you can just go to SuzanneCastle.com, and they're all there cataloged for you, from a sports psychologist to a stylist to a Hollywood screenwriter, and yours truly, Jewel High, will be there for you, so you can watch them over and over and over again. Next time we're here, we're going to have a chiropractor in the house that's going to talk to us about alternative healing and why that's so important for how you show up in the world. This is Jewel. I am Suzanne, and this is the Thought Leader Thursday.